At a salad bar, there is a bowl of fruit containing only apples and oranges. After Anne took 8 apples, 1/4 of the fruit bowl contained apples. After Anne came Beth, and after Beth took 16 oranges, 1/4 of the fruit bowl contained oranges. How many apples were there in the fruit bowl before the two girls helped themselves? So let's make sure we understand the problem. The fruit bowl had apples and oranges. After Anne took 8 apples, 1/4 of the fruit bowl were apples, and of course 3/4 were oranges. And then came Beth, and Beth took 16 oranges, and after that happened, if you looked at the remaining fruit bowl, 1/4 of the bowl contained oranges, and of course that implies 3/4 of the bowl contained apples. The question wants us to find how many apples were there in the fruit bowl to begin with. It's a good idea at this point in time to pause the video and write down the question and make sure we truly understand the question. All right, so Anne took 8 apples, and this is the fruit bowl. The dark red represents apples, and the orange color represents orange. So Anne took 8 apples, and 1/4 of the bowl was apples, and of course that implies 3/4 of the bowl contained oranges only. That's from the first line. Then what happened? This is, so far it seems simple. The next step is very critical. So what happens next? Let's try to understand. This girl, Beth, comes and grabs some oranges, and after she grabs some oranges, the bowl still has the same number of apples because nobody changed or took any apples. Beth comes and grabs 16 oranges, and the leftover, whatever was left over, that smaller bowl, the bowl containing fewer apples and oranges, had 1/4 oranges and 3/4 apples. So that tells me after Beth took her 16 apples, this part, the apples, became 3/4 of the bowl. It's a difficult step, but you really want to get it because this is what did not change. Oranges changed, but the apples didn't change. And after the oranges changed, what part of the bowl contained apples? 3/4. So that's what we're going to hang on to. Okay, so what I'm going to do is cut the fruit bowl in this manner. Why? Because after some of the oranges were gone, 3/4 of the bowl contained apples. So this is 1/4 of the bowl. This is 1/4 of the bowl. This is 1/4 of the bowl. What's the fourth for? Fourth, 1/4. Remember, 4/4 make a whole. This has to be the other 1/4. That tells me all this was taken by Beth. Now take a look at it. Beth came and grabbed some oranges, and after she did, 1/4 of the remaining bowl contained oranges. That makes sense, right? 1/4 is orange, 3/4 are apples. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase this writing. Okay, so from the previous explanation, we decided that these were removed, eaten by Beth. Gone, 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 gone. Now recall, Beth took 16 oranges. And these slivers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, if you take 16 divided by 8, you're going to get 2, and that means each of these rectangles is worth 2 oranges? 2. Okay, so this is 2. 2, 2, 2, everything is 2. Well, this has to be 2 as well. 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 Because the whole bowl was split into equal parts. That's what I did. Now, how many apples were there originally? That's what the question asks. How many apples were in the fruit bowl before the two girls helped themselves? My answer would be 2 times 3, 6, plus 8. 8 plus 6 should be 14. That's my answer. 14 apples. It's a fairly challenging problem. Feel free to take a look at it twice. And make sure you get all the critical steps. I try to highlight the critical steps.